We both know that's a lie, Miss Mouse. Where's your secret stash? This is your shop. So, hey everybody, it's Mega Master 1, and guess what? I'm back for more Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Last time, we took on the post-Chapter 4 and Chapter 5 troubles. And this time, we're going to be doing a pretty sizable amount and move on to the post-Chapter 6 and 7 troubles. But before we do, I'm actually going to talk to Charlieton here and see if he has a very specific badge I'm looking for. Am I going to be lucky enough? Yes! There we go. That I can't afford. Let me go sell something real quick. I'd be happy to sell anything to you here, sir. You're the good shopkeeper. I don't think I really need this Volt Shroom. Okay, I don't need the HP Drain. Or the Koopa Tea. Might as well sell these in coupons. I'm not going to use them. So, you saved all your items till you needed them, and now the game's over. Okay, I sold a couple things from my inventory and items that I had already stored away, so that should give me enough. So, this is what I want to buy. The W emblem. Change Mario's clothes into Wario's clothes. Heyo, I should have known. You know a deal when you see one, man. The unbelievably low price... Oh, I wouldn't say that. For this W emblem is only 360 coins. You need 0 PP to wear this badge, you know? Want to buy it, my man? And now we're broke. But do not worry, because this is worth it. This is the counterpart to the L emblem. As it promises, it changes you into Wario's clothes. But something else you can do is, if you do your math right, Wario plus Luigi equals Waluigi. Yeah, only time either Wario or Waluigi have been referenced in Paper Mario. Fun fact about the W emblem. This was originally purple in the demo version, but this was changed for the best since getting Waluigi's colors is such a creative idea. So with that, although this is very fun, I think I'll be just switching back to the classic Mario colors. Though I think for the Pit of 100 Trials, whenever we do that stream, I'll probably periodically ask you guys what color I should be wearing. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But for now, we will be moving back to the Trouble Center and taking on what's next. What is next, you may be wondering? Why, it's none other than Frankie. Important thing. I'm looking for something. I can't say exactly what here, but I can tell you in person. I'm waiting on the west side of Rogueport. Want to take on Frankie's trouble? Yes. Do it and do it right. And here's Frankie in Rogueport's Westside Park. Now, I'd say this is the smallest park I've ever seen, but that honor would actually have to go to... Alright, Frankie, so what's the deal? You taking on my trouble? Well, I'm glad it's somebody tight-lipped, that's all. See, after returning from Keelhaul Key, I lost my wedding ring. Believe that? And I can't really look for it in front of Francesca, so you gotta find it. I know I lost it after I got back to Rogueport, so it's somewhere in town for sure. If she finds out, I'll be yelling, I love you a billion times, so you gotta do this. How's that? You find it? Dang. Maybe I dropped it on the east side. Ah, I'm gonna have to say I love you to her 10,000 times now, Pally. Okay. So, I'm actually having a weird Mandela effect. Like, as I'm recording this, I thought that I remembered Frankie telling you to go to Keelhaul Key because he lost it there. But with his dialogue there, I can easily see my younger self misinterpreting that, because I was about ready to complain that it's not going to be on Keelhaul Key. So, okay. Yeah, I was wrong. So, let's just go ahead and go to the east side. Yeah, I feel kind of caught off guard, if I'll be honest. But yeah, I was going to complain that the ring isn't going to be on Keelhaul Key, and the game misdirects you for no particular reason, and all of that, that it made no sense, and you know, like, I was ready to rant, and now I don't have to do that because it's actually right on the other side of this gap. So let's go ahead and switch to Tyson. Fall in the water. And I'm pretty sure I pointed this out during the main game, but I find it humorous that the overworld sprite is actually like way smaller than it would be on Frankie's hand. Anyway, you got the wedding ring, a pricey ring, the symbol of Frankie and Francesca's love. So let's go ahead and return that back to him. What? Works for me. All right, pal. Well, can't have you in trouble with the missus, so there you go. You found it? My ring. Thanks, Mario. From the bottom of my heart. Now take this reward. You got a gold card, a parlor card that lets you play the tube mode game. It probably makes the most sense since Frankie's now the leader of the Pianta Syndicate. I haven't even been able to look at her in the eye lately. I kind of miss her now. So, if you'll excuse me. Franny! You solved the trouble. An interesting quirk about this trouble is that in the Japanese version, you can go back to the trouble center, cancel this trouble, and pick a new one and still collect the ring. It won't go away. Also, somehow, the ring is located in an even more implausible spot than Frankie finding a way to cross this gap and losing it there. Anyway, check out this YouTube user. I'm not even going to begin to pronounce this name, but this video details how you can sequence break a lot of Trouble Center side quests. While you're at it, they also have some other videos of some skips and boundary breaks during cutscenes. Next one down on our list is Chef Shimmy. Get these ingredients. I need some ingredients for cooking food that savages the tonsils. I need 3 things. A golden leaf, a mystic egg, and a keel mango. I'm waiting on board the XS Express for your very prompt help. Want to take on Chef Shimmy's trouble? Yes. Do it and do it right. Even though it was a later chapter, it feels like it's been forever since we've been on the XS Express. This train is bound for luxurious Poshley Heights. Will you be boarding today? Yes. Wonderful. If you don't mind, please allow me to check your ticket. Tickets, please. Tickets. Watch your step, please. All aboard! All aboard! It's kind of a shame that music cuts off because it's unique to that scene. Alright, and as you can see, we have been given our old room, so we are in Cabin 5 once again. But let's go ahead off to the dining cart. Or dining car, rather. And meet with Chef Shimmy. Hello. Yes, hello to you. Thank you for accepting my request. I need 3 ingredients. A golden leaf, a mystic egg, a keel mango. I think I may know where they are as well. The golden leaf is somewhere in Creepy Steeple, I think. The mystic egg is somewhere in the Great Tree. And the keel mango is somewhere on Keelhaul Key. Each one has an exotic taste and aroma that will enhance my mushroom dishes. Alright, so, yes, as he pointed out, the golden leaf can be found in Creepy Steeple, more specifically if you enter the north courtyard, I'm going to say, and turn sideways in that gap. You can sneak around the room and hit the one tree to get a golden leaf. The mystic egg is done by playing Petuni's game in the Great Tree, and the keel mango is always in a very specific palm tree on Keelhaul Key. Now, I think I actually have some of these already in inventory, so let me go ahead and pull a few out. Let's have a look. Withdraw, since when else am I going to use these? I do have a golden leaf, so that's going to save me that trip. And what else? Alright, there's the mystic egg. So, I don't think I have one already on me. No. Alright. So, I will go ahead and cut away really quick. I'll be right back after I've got the Kill Mango. Alright, it'll always be this tree on Kill Hall Key and the same screen with the blue pipe. So, now let's return to Chef Shimmy. Okay, the last time I worked for DoorDash, they didn't list the quantity on the order. So, Chef Shimmy, I hope you have all your cheap cheeps in a row. I need 3 ingredients. A golden leaf, a mystic egg, a Kill Mango. Have you found them for me? Golden leaf. That shining golden leaf. This is it. Thank you so much. Mystic egg. That puzzling mystic egg. This is it. Thank you so much. And a Kill Mango. That colorful Kill Mango. This is it. Thank you so much. Now I have all the ingredients. They call to my palate and my skill, begging me to turn them into delicacies. Thank you so much, my friend. This is your reward. Got 40 coins. You solved the trouble. I'm a little surprised with him being a chef that the reward isn't like a really exclusive dish. So, a little bit surprising, but in any case, we have solved the trouble. You'll notice that we have all new faces in the cabins, except for Hefty and Ghosty, who are always there. Well, according to YouTube user Disable and his video about obscure dialogue in this game, the Excess Express passengers after Chapter 6 are actually randomly selected from a pool of 40 characters for every trip. I won't be showing dialogue from every single passenger, obviously, but it just goes to show the amount of detail they put into making this world feel that much more alive. Definitely give this video a watch because it goes into differences in the translation, like how Pinty Sr.'s new job is actually taking care of Toad Town's Lil Oinks. It goes into Kapuk, the hide-and-seek Koopa, actually hiding in Crystal Palace from the first game, and even some other obscure facts, like how they actually wrote dialogue for if you have no coins in the beginning of the game when you're supposed to get robbed. Also, apparently I wasn't the only one to find the Goomba Bros losing dialogue or Wacka's reaction to getting hit. He goes over those bits as well. Like I said, I'm not going to talk to everyone, but I do at least want to mingle with a few characters as well as share with you guys some more Easter eggs. So how are things? Ghosty still inhabits cabin number 4, and apparently there's a reason the developers put him here specifically. In Japanese and Chinese, the number 4 has some superstition to it due to it being pronounced similarly to the word death in both languages. So there's sort of a negative association with it, kind of like how in the West we see the number 13 or 666s as being unlucky. Except for Arnold's grandpa and Hey Arnold.
Hey, not bad. Things are looking up.
The food is so amazing here. I don't think I ever want to leave the train. Actually, I've put on so much weight that I can't get through the door. Yeah. But I have room service! Bring me stuff now! Still, I really should figure how to leave.
Welcome to the fabulous Success Express, sir. We'll be traveling to Poshley Heights today. I'm a professor at Goomsley University. I'm researching the feeding habits of the wild smorg, but I just cannot find any. You wouldn't know where I could find any, would you? Wonder how long it takes to just walk from Rogueport to Poshley Heights. If a train shaves it off time from your voyage, does that make it like a time machine? Dude, if this was a really obscure Back to the Future reference, you've just become my favorite character in this game. Welcome! Napkins and plates are neatly arrayed here. Chef Shimmy, what do you actually say when you don't have a trouble? Today's meal will make your stomach shrivel in shame. Whenever I face anything sad or hard, I just want to get far away. Now, why is that? Is it because time and distance solve all problems? Do we want to put the hard things far away behind us, like yesterday's sunset? Hey, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool line, right? I think I'm gonna use it in a novel. So many passengers here are getting very philosophical. We got a good bunch. Prepare for a sudden quit. Oh, okay, we actually got this kid. Yeah, this kid shows up and gives you a random quiz. I don't know how many questions he asks you, but this is just something you do for fun. I don't think there's any actual reward to it. But first, let's say coops 10 times quickly. Ready? Coops, 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 coops. Coops. All right. Now, here's the question. What did Bowser nab in the last Paper Mario? The Star Cookie. Someone's lunch. Hey, we have we don't know. He may have done these two. The answer is the Star Rod. Ding, 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 ding. You are correct, sir. But there's no reward, unless you consider the experience alone rewarding. Even Chuck Quizmo gave prizes, kid. We still have some time before we get to Riverside, Mr. Mario. Why don't you get some nice rest in your room? You're staying in cabin 5, Mr. Mario. Yes, I believe this was the conductor. Goombella, back me up on that. Yep, that's the conductor of the Excess Express. He takes care of passengers' needs. Keeping this train running smoothly is not just the engineer's job, you know? Okay, yeah, I was thinking he had blue spots, so the Tom Hanks voice I was butchering in Rogueport doesn't really work here. Now, since we're here, bookcase skip isn't the only sequence break that Gideon made me aware of, because if you can make a really specific jump and hit the right window of opportunity, the game will actually allow you to open this door and re-enter the baggage car. I'm going to try to do this myself, but if not, I'll show some footage from Gideon's stream series. Yes, I got it. Okay, that actually didn't take quite as long as bookcase skip. Yeah, here we are. You could only enter this place in 2 points in Chapter 6 whenever you're coming to get Ghost T's diary and the boss fight. This is the freight car. Usually passengers aren't allowed back here. Looks like there are lots of bags here ready to be unloaded at the next stop. All right. What happens if we go outside? Now, I believe it's... Well, obviously it's going to be empty because there are no more smorgs, but is it going to let us go to the engine, I wonder? Like, how far will it let us go before it cuts us off? This is the train's roof. Look at that scenery go whipping by. Wowzer! Look, this is no time for me to describing stuff. These guys are so annoying! They're flippy and floppy and gross, and I hate them. Let's get rid of them. Okay, yeah, so they obviously didn't expect you to do this if they didn't change Goombella's tattle dialogue. But this is such a cool, like, sequence break. I love this. And... Okay, so it does not let us go onto the engine itself, because this is where the smorg primarily was, and I think we were standing right about here during the boss fight. So, that was really cool. The train still takes 3 days to arrive at its destination, regardless of where you get on, but now you can actually sleep in the bed, again, another free inn, and it will advance you a day. Day 1 is always bright and sunny, day 2 is always the sun setting, and we'll still have you stop at Riverside, and day 3 automatically puts you at your destination. Since it's partially related, we're actually going to go down a big rabbit hole. In the cut content of the Thousand Year Door, they go over the fact that Luigi's partner Screamy not only has 2 other enemy variations that are never used in the final release, but that internally, the files for Screamy are referred to as Moa, and Moa Moa is what the Smorgs are referred to as in Japanese. So this leads many people to believe that Screamy is an early design for the Smorgs that was repurposed as one of Luigi's partners. This is evidenced by the fact that the file name for Smorgs is called New Moa. Maybe they grew attached to the design and didn't want to see it go to waste? Who's to say? But why exactly did the change occur in the first place? This is just speculation on my part, so hear me out. There are also unused sprites for a Dark Atomic Boo in the game's files, as well as the files of Super Paper Mario, funnily enough. And I think that the Dark Atomic Boo was originally meant to be the boss of Chapter 6 until it was scrapped. This would make sense since Dark Boos populate Poshli Sanctum, and you don't typically fight anything after the boss to complete the chapter. Why'd they scrap it? Maybe they thought it would be weird for the boss to be a variation of an optional boss from earlier in the game. Maybe they didn't want to have 2 chapter bosses be ghost-type enemies, or maybe they just wanted to opt for something more original. Regardless of the reason, I think the Smorgs, or Moa, were then selected to be the replacement, and their designs were then simplified so the sprites could stack on top of each other easier, giving us the amalgamation of Smorgs that we see in the final game. That's my educated guess as to how this was developed, but don't take what I say as absolute fact. We do know that Beldum was sabotaging us at this point in the game, since the Toads saw someone in a hat go into Riverside Station. However, the Smorgs' origins are still a mystery, and we don't know if they already existed in Riverside, or if Beldum was responsible for putting them there. Something else the cut content of went over in their video is this piece of unused music in the game's files. Fans speculate that this was to be the music for the interior of Riverside Station since it has no theme otherwise. There's music when you step outside, but nothing when you're actually inside the building. Thanks once again to Super Mario Wiki and the cut content of for making me aware of these pieces of trivia, and as usual, a link to the video I referenced will be in the description. Here's something I learned from a short made by Coop, who we've referred to in previous bonus videos. If you get a Pokey or a Poison Pokey to one segment left, there's a 50% chance that your Yoshi partner will flat out just swallow the head whole instead of spitting him out when you're using Gulp. It's really obscure and you pretty much have to go out of your way in order to see this happen. Surprisingly, no relation to the Pokey mummies from the first game with their color palette. Back in Rogueport again, though for not very long because our next trouble will take us to Toodles. I must have that book. I lent a book to Miss Jolene and now I need it back, and rather quickly. Please meet me in Poshli Heights, would you, you wonderful trouble solver? Want to take on Toodles' trouble? Do it and do it right. And we have Toodles' house on the same screen just after you disembark the train. She's off to the right. So you accepted my request for aid with my little trouble, you delightful man, you? I just decided I very much want to read a magazine I lent to Miss Jolene. But she lives in Glitzville, and that is very far from here, as you know. Could you go get it for me, you resourceful wizard, you? You're fabulous, dear. Man, post-game, I think Jolene's probably the character we've talked to the most. We've had to return to see her pretty frequently. Do you need something? Toodles' magazine? Oh, yes, I know the one. All right, I'll return it soon. I have to return it now? But that magazine... Okay, fine. Give me a moment. Oh my god, is she gonna do bookcase skip? No. Okay, I got my hopes up. She needs the spin jump boots. Don't get the wrong idea. I borrowed this magazine as a promoter. That's all. Is this something steamy? I needed to see what the fuss was about. It's not like I follow fads or anything. Oh, you're afraid of being a hipster. Okay. You got a wrestling mag. A mag that Jolene returned. Give it to Toodles. I just want to stay on top of the latest trends, okay? I have no more comments. Now, run along and take that to Toodles. Okay, that's all. And off we go. Got your mail. Did you get the magazine from Jolene, you wonderful man, you? Yes, this is the magazine I lent to Jolene, all right. You are a true hero, thank you. Here's my thanks to you. What? The Platinum card. Very good. A parlor card that lets you play the boat mode game. And with that, we have all the Pianta parlor games. This magazine is very popular among certain celebrities. Everyone who's anyone has been spotted in a cafe with it under one arm. And here I thought it was a copy of Playshroom. I can't believe that in a chapter all about trains, I didn't know about this Easter egg during Chapter 6. Go into this house in Poshley Heights, and we see the K64 from the first game. Or at least a model of it. Something interesting occurs if you ride the train from Poshley Heights to Rogueport. You'll notice the placement of the two ends of the train have been swapped rather than just mirroring the whole train. So now the engine is right next to the car containing cabins 8, 7, and 6, and the baggage car is now next to that containing 1 and 2. I am curious though, now that the baggage car is on this side, what happens if we try to get into that room? I don't see the exclamation point, so maybe you can't. Alright, yeah, before we were seeing the exclamation point implying that we could open up the door, but here there's nothing, so maybe it's not possible with the train going to Rogueport. Oh, I wasn't expecting, but we have another email. Who is this one from? We have... Eve, thank you. How are you, Mario? This is Eve from Twilight Town. Remember me? After a lot of soul-searching, I've found that I'm truly happy. I may not be able to forget the hard times or even completely remember them, but I've been thinking things over and I believe that my sad past paved the way to my current happiness. Is that deep? I don't know, but it is a very nice way of looking at life. Anyway, I can't think about that stuff all the time. The kids play all day. Then they get hungry and cry and scream, so I'm pretty busy all day. Every day. The kids would love to see you again, so please drop by next time you're in the area. Fondly yours, Eve. So that also, well, I'm fairly certain that also is going to be the same outcome regardless of what you decide to tell her, if you tell her the truth or if you lie. This next trouble will not be taking us to Poshley, Sanctum, or the Excess Express, but it is somebody still related to Chapter 6. We have the Businessman. Security code. I forgot the security code to my briefcase. I'll be sacked for this, for sure. Meet me in front of the hot dog stand in Glitzville. Want to take on the businessman's trouble? Do it and do it right. And here is the businessman from Chapter 6, or as Bowser called him in that one interlude, the businessman of legend. Beware his accounting! Ah, you're that fellow. So, you're the one that accepted my request? Well, here's the thing. I forgot the code for the lock on my briefcase. And the prototype of our company's new product is inside. This is a big deal. If I don't figure out how to get into that briefcase, I'll be sacked for sure. About that briefcase code. See, I'm a real chair fanatic. Yeah, I like anything you can sit on. I use the number of chairs in the houses I visited on business as the code. Don't judge me. I know it's weird. You gotta visit those places and count the chairs. The code has 4 digits, so here are the locations of the chairs. Ready? The first is Kroop's house in Petalburg. The second is Flurry's house in the Bogley Woods. The third is Don Pianta's office in Rogueport. The fourth is Toodle's house in Poshley Heights. Oh, and I counted the sweet, sweet chair in her lovely garden also. I know it's a lot, but please help. And remember, a chair is anything you could sit on. Number of chairs. Is anything you could sit...
I go, what? Is this some kind of riddle?
Whatever floats your boat, man. Kroop's house, we have 1 and a 2. For Flurry's house, we have 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, and 6. Yes, even the little footstools count. For Don Pianta's office, we got a measly 2. And for Toodle's house, including the garden, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I suppose I could have counted these whenever I was here doing her trouble, but I didn't think that far ahead. I know I said I wasn't going to talk to every single train passenger, but this one's kind of special because we have like a fully grown Yoshi with us. Hi. Why do I have to travel for work and get shook on every plane, train, and boat? I should be at home with my new bride. I need to get back home. Oh, my lovely wife. And since he's the only Yoshi NPC, let's go ahead and tattle him. That's a passenger on the Excess Express. Not to change the subject, but watching your health abroad is super important. You wouldn't want to get sick and spoil the whole trip, would you? That was pretty generic. Do you say the same thing about every single passenger? Maybe they didn't want to write tattles for every single new one. The food on this train is so good, I bet people overeat while traveling. They even have to go on diets as soon as they get off. That'd be weak. Okay, so they don't write about every single one, just about the experiences of being on a train. And we're back once again. Did you find out the code for my briefcase? Sure thing, chair guy. What's the first number? How many wonderful chairs were in Kroop's house in Petalburg? Okay, so... You know, considering I've been using a voice very similar to Bentley from Sly Cooper...
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
The code had better be 2. Okay, now the second number. How many gorgeous chairs were in Flurry's house at Bogley Woods? 6. Okay, now the third number. How many marvelous chairs were in Don Pianta's office in Rogueport? You know, this should really be Don Frankie now. And finally, here we go, the last number. How many incredible chairs were in Toodle's house in Poshley Heights? 5. Ah, it opened! Yes! Thank you so very much. Maybe I can keep my job. I'll try and remember it from now on. Hold on a second. Please? What? Sorry. We're going to combine my company's famous hot sauce with this Stan's Fat Dog. We were going to call it the tongue-blistering Fat Dog. I was sure it would be a hit. Huh? I shouldn't give up so easily. Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay, I'll do it. I just have to convince the Fat Dog guy.
I'm on it. I won't leave this place until I convince him. Wow, thanks for all your help. Here's your reward.
You got a hot sauce. Yes, just a singular hot sauce. A popular sauce with captivating spiciness.
It's my company's top item, our famous hot sauce. I have tons of this stuff, so just ask me if you want some. See you later.
You solved the trouble. So now, if you talk to him,
Hi there. Sit in any good chairs lately? No? Okay, well, want some hot sauce? Hot sauce me. Well, you'll have to pay for it. I mean, it's our best seller after all. How about 10 coins?
nah, I don't feel like I need more than one.
See you later.
So that, I believe you can, well, most things you can cook and get special ingredients, but I'll try to list how many recipes that actually gets used in. We're really getting down there on how many we can take it on. Next we have Gold Bob.
Delivery, please. I need you to take something to General
Oh no.
Please come get it with all speed. Meet me in Parsley Heights.
Want to take on Gold Bob's trouble? Not really, but sure. Do it and do it right. Alright, and neighboring Toodle's house, we have the Babam family, and what do you say we catch up with them? After all, they did survive the end of the world. Little Bub didn't get a thing for his birthday. We'll just have to double up on gifts for next year. No, wait! We'll spend 20 times as much.
36, but last year I had 37!
And Bub? Dad says there's no train set store here. I wonder where we can get one. Alright, and Gold Bob himself.
So, Gonzalez, how did you enjoy your cannon ride, hmm? I'd like to go to the moon and look for some investment opportunities.
Well, there's no more X-Nuts there, so I don't think you can really make any deals.
But enough of that. I need you to take this to General White immediately.
You gotta pack it. This is up on the up and up, right? Because we already did a drug deal a couple episodes ago. An item Gold Bob asks you to deliver to General White.
I think General White is back in Far Outpost now. It's a bit far, but you can handle it.
There's only one way we're gonna get through this trouble with our sanity intact. With the funny music!
Let's hit it!
Okay, we're here. Mayor? Cannon will not be fired until day we have been waiting for comes. Okay. One of you? Real men wear short sleeves. The POW! Ditch the sleeves. And the lip guard. The blam! But you don't wear sleeves. I know he's talking to us, but... You know what, never mind. You! Hooray! I have been wanting to shoot that thing off for a very long time. Kabang! But after we blow up, we are all hazy and confused. Da! Like frogs in fog. Ka-crack! You know, it just occurs to me we didn't even check his house. I'm just used to him not being where he's supposed to be. Okay, he's got a house sitter. Huh? General White. He left this morning. Wapow! Da. He, said he was going to see a cola bartender in Rogueport or something. Podly, man. It's not a love story, but this is pretty scandalous. Don't ask me how, it just is. Podley, you got some splaining to do. General White. Yeah, I spoke to him just a second ago, actually. We're old buddies, he and I. I've known him since he was a little snapper that would explode over any little thing. Then again, I was the kind of guy that would bonk people for smiling funny. Still, he turned out to be a fine bomb, though he never cured that wanderlust. I know. I'm pretty sure he said he was off to Glitzville next. I go back pretty far with the guy that runs the juice shop there, too. So, give him my best. I bet he didn't leave a girl behind. From a cola bar to a juice bar? Of course he's not here. General White? He pounded 3 white chocolate coconut mochas and bolted. Wait, you serve that here? He drops in every once in a while, and hey, you know that lady in the black dress? I think General White has a thing for her. Well, everybody does. Everybody lusts over this woman, including Dupre. Well, Dupre lusts over anything that walks. Anyway, but that's just my gut talking there. She's darn cute after all. Guys come in for her more than for the juice, I think. Hey, and just between you and me, one of her admirers is Rockhawk. That's gonna make things awkward.
Somebody's got to tell him.
Oh, and now that I think of it, General White said he was going to Far Outpost soon. But first he had to meet Gold Bob, or not meet him, or something like that. Okay. Do you have anything to say about it? Just what I'd expect from a legendary Glitz Pit champion. An overwhelming win. I'm sure Prince Mush was duly impressed with your win as well. Yes, young Mush is doing quite well, all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. Not related to what we're doing, but it's dialogue that I had skipped whenever we were here last time. He been here? Ah, Gonzalez, General White was just here a moment ago. Okay, at the very least, I didn't waste a trip here. Up. But you had the thing I wanted to give him. What a rotten bit of luck. He said he was headed back to Far Outpost. That General White is a fine babam, but he does tend to wander. And once he's asleep, it's near impossible to wake him up, don't you know? I told him to stay out and awake, so get over to Far Outpost. Sorry about that. I better be getting paid. Thank you, Funny Music, for making this just a little bit better. He's asleep again. General White said that he would sleep when he returned. Pow! And he still sleeps. Wakaw! You were told not to. He seems to be asleep. Wake him up? Yes. Here we go again. On my own. He's still asleep. Try again. Going down the only road I've ever known. He's still sound asleep. Try again. New stylish. He's definitely still asleep. Try again. Second verse same as the first. He's still sawing logs. Try again. Pretty sure they reused that line. He couldn't be more asleep. Try again. If you're gonna make me do this twice, at least write some new material. He's counting sheep. Try again. He woke. Nah, still asleep. Try again. Even the same troll. Sleeping like a stashed baby. Try again. I don't think those exist. He's not even budging. Try again. At this point, why not? He's still snoring away. Try again. This better be it. Hut! Hello, Mario. Do you need something? Huh? What? A delivery? From Gold Bob? You came all that way to bring it to me? Well, thank you for that. I'll take it off your hands. Ah, yes, well delivered. So, you'll go fetch your reward, I assume. Say hello to Gold Bob when you see him. Well then, perhaps I'll go check on my cannon. You just walk through the door. And not even the normal way people do it. Many Babams suffered just so you could get the moon. Chabloom! I am kidding. Chafoom! We like exploding. Chadoom! Well, except for one of us. And it didn't even hurt any of us. Chaboom! Except one. I know this game came out after this reference I'm making, but I'm pretty sure I know who he's talking about. Alright, Gold Bob. I hope it's worth my while. Did you find General White? I see. And he received it? Good. Thanks, Gonzalez. Here's your reward. Got 64 coins. Okay, it's not the... I don't think it's the best coin reward that we've gotten from Troubles, but that's still pretty good. You solved the trouble. Can you believe there are no train sets for sale in this horrid place? I suppose I'll just have to build a train set store to sell me one for my son. Alright, yeah. I mean, when it comes to backtracking in this game, I feel like I don't complain as much as other people, but if I could talk about the remake for very briefly, I'm kind of spoiled by the fast travel in that version. This is the only trouble that we're going to be doing today that I don't actually have any notes or fun facts or anything on, so maybe I wanted to surprise myself. Anyway, Gob can't speak. I lost my voice because of the stupid stuffy cold. Yaboomski! I want someone to bring me some honey candy. Yapow! Great for the throat, I hear. I think you could make it by combining cake mix and honey syrup. Yachow! I'll be waiting next to the snowman in Far Outpost. Yablamo! Want to take on Gob's trouble? Do it and do it right. That's one honey syrup. And it'll be one cake mix after we turn in the cards. I'll return the 12 piantas I've been holding on for you, Mario. Oh, Mario, that card! You got a member's card. Okay, I'll prepare the minigame you can play with that member's card. How exciting! You can now play the tube game. And you can now play the boat game as well. What can I show you? Ah, let's trade in winnings. We want this cake mix. Cake mix is 6 piantas. Want to exchange now? Give the ingredients to Zesty and have her.
Mixa, mixa, mixa. And pora, pora, pora.
And that gives us honey candy, and even kind of looks like a cough drop. 20 FP, that's pretty nice. I'd ask if we want to build a snow bomb, but this guy beat us to it. Life's universal question. No. Oh man, he seemed mad. I think so too. I legitimately don't know what to say. Nah. Okay, how about yes? Yeah, that's just terrible. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. Here you go.
Ah, finally, I can speak, ya pal! I had been exploding so much I completely lost voice. Ya bluey! Thanks, ya crackety! Here is token of my appreciation. Ya boom!
20 coins. You solved the trouble. And that brings us to the last trouble we'll be taking on in this episode. Toadilla, I want to meet Luigi. I must meet my darling Luigi. Come to the fountain in Poshley Heights for details. Want to take on Toadilla's trouble? Do it and do it right. Alright, and right next to the fountain we have Toadilla. And if I remember right, she actually has a funny tattle relating to Luigi, and since this is part of the side quest, we might as well hear it. That's Toadilla of Poshley Heights. She spends a lot of time thinking by this fountain. She's actually leading a double life as the secretary of the Luigi fan club. Hello, so you accepted my request for trouble help? I thought maybe it'd be Luigi. Oh well, so could you bring him here maybe? I'm a huge fan of his. I just have to meet him, and I want to give him a cake. I have to give him a cake. Okay, bring Luigi here. Got it? Alright, well, thankfully, I have connections like that. Really quick, would you settle for Wario? Do you remember my request? Bring Luigi here, please. You have to. Oh, and by the way, there's some guy who uses a badge to pretend to be Luigi. I know that green suit is dreamy, but come on. I would never fall for that, so don't even think about trying to trick me that way. Well, Luigi, you once wrote in your diary that you were excited at the prospect of having fans, so you ready for a meet and greet? I've been catching a breather here, you know, reflecting back on all my adventures. It's been a long road, bro. Want to hear what happened? It's a pretty long story. Oh, really? You're lost, bro. Maybe I'll tell you about it some other time, huh? Yep, try as you might, but we're not actually getting Luigi to move from Rogueport. So, to complete this trouble, we're gonna have to play it a bit sneaky. Just call me one of Luigi's helpers. You know, you could have always just seen if Luigi was on Cameo. That would have worked too. Yeek! I can tell. I can totally tell. I've never met him before. But I can absolutely tell. You're the real Luigi. I knew it. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. What should I say? I'm totally freaking him out. I'm freaking out Luigi. Oh no. What should I do? Oh, right. The cake. The one I baked was a total loss, but Zesty did a great job on this one. Here you go, Mr. Luigi. Please, take this. You got a Choco Cake. A cake made by Zesty replenishes 5 HP and 15 FP. Hey, bro. Say, why are you dressed like me? Hey, who do you think you are, you filthy imposter? Police! What? I'm no imposter. I'm Luigi. Hey, say something, Mario. Eek! Ew! He's so much like Luigi, it's creepy. He's trying to masquerade as Luigi to interrupt our special time together. That's crazy. This is a nightmare. A bad dream. I won't believe it. Wake up. Ah! No way. I know I wasn't supposed to see that. No way. Don't worry about it. Oh, thanks really, Luigi. You're so sweet. And thanks for coming today. I will always treasure these memories. These moments. Always. So please, come see me again, okay? You solved the trouble. So, really all we had to do was just wait a couple seconds, and Luigi would have shown up. I mean, it was funny. Just out of curiosity, too, I tried the W emblem and the W and L emblem together, but she doesn't fall for it. I was just curious if the game checks to see if just the L emblem is equipped, but yeah, it looks like it can't be equipped with the W emblem. The game actually, or they did actually think of that. If you guys remember last time, I said I was going to explain how to calculate star power, and I was going to make it the closing topic for this video. I had it all scripted out and everything, but after a while, it wasn't worth it in the end for something that's out of the player's hands, since there's so many factors that you can't control, like number of audience members and such. I even went as far as comparing it to Pokemon, asking if EV training was as complicated. Anyway, what I've decided to do instead is just give you a simplified version of what I would have told you originally. Calculating how much star power you'll get involves plugging numbers into this formula that you're seeing on screen now, with many other variables thrown in. My source, as usual, is Super Mario Wiki, so if this interests you in the slightest, you can read further details there. I hope you'll understand why I'm scrapping my original speech. I just don't trust that I wouldn't get something wrong. And with that, next time on Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, we're going to be taking on some of the last troubles of the game, with the exception of one. And we're also finally going to show off the Pianta Parlor games. So, until next time, this is Mega Wii Master 1 signing out. Goodbye.
What is going on? What are you doing? Identity theft is not a joke. Millions of families suffer every year.
Identity theft. Protect yourself.